name is Shantae, and this is the Bring a Folding Chair series. BAFC is a talk series where guests come together to discuss diverse topics and the importance of bringing all seats to the table. Today's topic is becoming connected while remaining distant. And our guest is Kris Rodriguez. Hi, Kris.
Hi,
Shantae. Kris is a current undergraduate psychology student at Nova Southeastern University within a globally centered program, Razor's Edge Global, and she is from Bronx, New York. She has a passion for the field of mental health and inclusion and is highly involved in both fields. So, Kris, I'm so glad that you're here today to talk about your organization, the Counselor Campaign.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I love what Bring a Folding Chair is doing, and I think it's just such a great platform for everyone to be able to come together and discuss really important topics. So thank you.
All right. Well, I hope you brought your folding chair because we're going to get started. So our first question is, what is the Counselor Campaign?
So Counselor Campaign is basically just an international campaign centered around inclusion, activism, support, engagement, and it's really just all about mental health resources. So mental health awareness and support is something that's necessary for everyone all across the globe, and I think we've really seen that especially now. And I just realized that mental health resources and their accessibility are different. They vary across the world, across culture, across languages. And so I thought, having this platform where we could bring everybody together and just grow in our mental health care journey, it was something that's really important for our just basic wellness. So that's basically what Counselor Campaign is.
That's amazing. So where did the idea come from? When did you start it? Why was it founded? Tell me all those questions, all those answers.
Yeah. So, everybody's talking about their quarantine baby and what you just happen to do. And this is
mine.
This is yours and this is mine. We're bringing them together. So, so basically during quarantine and everybody, obviously with this is all a new normal and that word keeps getting tossed around. And in my Razor's Edge Global program, as you are from too, so, similar backgrounds, that really just pushes us to think about globalization and how things are and take it to a global level. So when I was sitting there and thinking about, having like a midlife crisis at 20, it was like, well, what am I doing for the world? Where is my involvement? Where do my passions lie? And so in thinking of that and in just seeing the state of the world and what we were all going through at the same time, something that, we haven't experienced this, at least not, at our level. And so seeing that we were all so connected and experiencing the same things all across the world, I think it just brought to mind that interconnectedness that we all have. And then also it brought to mind something that we all need, mental health. That's something that a lot of people were struggling with. I was looking into statistics from Scotland to Paris and just seeing crisis text lines, how are they being used more? All these rates for different mental health challenges, how are they going up and skyrocketing? So it was just becoming really evident that mental health was just something that was so important. And it's something that, we could never avoid, but something that we definitely needed to act towards now. So I just decided, I know I'm only an undergraduate, I can't really do anything yet, but I just thought that it would be great to kind of start this campaign where I would ideally bring together students from across the world and then from students take it a little bit further, just so that we can all really get involved in that mental health journey and just come together to kind of cross those boundaries that are there and those hurdles that are there when it comes to mental health, whether it's stigmas or cultures or languages, all those different hurdles that we have to overcome just to care about that aspect of our wellness, which is a huge aspect. So that's kind of where it stemmed from. I probably was just up too late one night and was like, wow, I need to do something. So that's where it came from. I just kind of founded it off of a whim, basically. And I just really got to work. It's definitely a work in progress, but it's something that I'm just so passionate about. And that's where it basically stemmed from.
That's amazing. Yeah, following your whims, sometimes they lead to things that you never would have thought they would do. This was a whim when one night I was dreaming and I thought of this, and then look what we have so far. Still growing, but making me proud. And I bet the counselor campaign is making me proud as well. So my next question is, what support have you had to do this big, huge project? And like, who's helping you in the background? Do you have any help in the background? I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm not sure, just checking in. Is my internet okay? Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you. I can hear you.
All right,
There was
perfect.
a slight lag, I think, but you're good.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so when it comes to the campaign, when it first started, it was just me. And so, I was just kind of doing a bunch of things, trying to cover a website and also social media and stuff like that. But as I started to reach out, even just on like a campus level to students at Nova Southeastern University, I just got a lot of traction and people really wanted to become involved, which made me so excited. So as of right now, we have a few different ways that you can become involved in the campaign. So there's kind of three different main ways. One, you can just join the campaign. You can join us on our website, join us on our Instagram. And from there, you can just have access to mental health resources, ask us questions, allow us to help you find mental health resources, and just get involved in our different like discussions and topics. The second way to get involved is to become a crisis counselor. So I work with Crisis Text Line, and I am currently a crisis counselor, and we are hoping to encourage other people to become crisis counselors, really help them on their journey, walk them through that, because that's, again, something so important. It's international. Crisis Text Line is currently in a few places, from Scotland to Canada and the United States, so it's really great to be able to bring that aspect into it. And then the final aspect is just joining the executive team. So currently my executive team, we're small but strong. There's about 3 of us going strong right now. And basically what we do is we kind of work on the background. So we try to recruit people to really help us bring those diverse perspectives in. We work on the website, accessing those resources, updating them, hopefully, making them a little bit better, growing them as much as we can, working on the Instagram, getting content. And it's really, all of those engagement aspects are really just serving the purpose of that counselor campaign. It started off with my vision, but I don't want it to be just my vision. I really want it to have that global perspective, that multicultural perspective, just every individual that can bring their perspective into it. I would love it. I need it, because I can't have the same perspective as everybody else. I don't have the same journey as everybody else. Nobody does. So as many people that can join the team and that are on the team, I'm thankful for everybody. That's really, we're getting a lot of support, and I love it. I'm so appreciative of it. And so we're just looking to, keep growing that, keep getting those perspectives, because that's what we need. We need that to be successful and to have those good conversations. So, yeah.
Yes, that's so important. That is just bringing your folding chair, bringing your seat to a table, making sure that you have all that diverseness in your organization, in your world, or showcasing in the world. My next thing is, so for your exec team, are they also students, or are they people who are licensed counselors, or what's the background of those people who are helping you run this great campaign?
Yeah, awesome question. Completely valid, because, students, they have a life of their own. So taking something else on. Currently right now, yes, they're all students. So there's a few of us. We're all students at different universities, and we're just like kind of coming together at times that we can, because, also respectful of students' times. But we also work in conjunction with the International Affairs Office at Nova Southeastern University. So we're working with the lovely Sarah Brandt, who is also the director of Razor's Edge Global. And she's really pairing us with the office and helping us reach out to our different partner schools that we know internationally, so that we can have a connection with them, reaching out to international students or students that are multilingual, to see if they want to help us grow those resources, and just kind of gain all those different diverse perspectives. And when it comes to Crisis Text Line, for Crisis Text Line, since I became a crisis counselor, I had that connection, and I was able to reach out and ask to just become an advocate with them and really try to grow the basically the crisis text line community. So I just kind of work with them to kind of advocate and ask people if they want to join, if we can help them in any way in becoming a crisis counselor, and even going further, because there's a lot more that you can do besides just being a crisis counselor. So that's where my team is at right now. But yeah, I appreciate them so much and all that they do, especially the students, because being a student and taking this on, wow, thank you.
Sounds like you have a lot going on. So you are definitely heavily involved on campus at Nova. Now you're a crisis counselor as well. And it's still the middle of a pandemic, or maybe the cusp of the pandemic at the moment. So how are you feeling? How are you balancing all this work with the counselor campaign as well? Have you needed to take a break? Have you needed to just have a moment for yourself and say, I'm going to work on this 2 months from now? What's been going on?
Completely fair question, a question that I get asked a lot. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely just a matter of being able to balance my calendar at this point. Whether I'm in school or out of school, I always have my job, my research, my extracurriculars, and then obviously my crisis campaign. I mean, counselor campaign, which I love so much, and crisis counseling, that's another one. So it's definitely a lot, but I think that going through college, especially that first year, I had to learn that in general. I had to go through that period where I put too much on my plate, and maybe I had a little bit of a moment where I was like, whoa, I need to take a weekend and reevaluate my life. So I
Shows you how important mental health is.
Yeah, exactly. So I never gave myself time for that, honestly. Freshman year, I was go, 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 no health days for me. So that was bad. Definitely living the stereotypical college life, only eating ramen noodles. We don't want to do that anymore. No all-nighters, no none of that. So that was a big learning curve for me, and just learning what I can put on my plate, how to balance things. And going forward, I just took that and kind of ran with it. And I do a lot more now than I ever did freshman year. And I'm so much more well balanced. I can have my mental health days. I can take care of my health and get everything done that I need to, and always deliver on my word, because that's important to me too. If I say I'm going to do something, I want to make sure that I do it. So in order to kind of remain, credible and accountable to myself and to others, it's really just, my calendar is my best friend. Google Calendar should sponsor me, because everything is on there. If I know I need to have a wash day for my hair, it's on there. If I know I need a stretch, I put stretch breaks. Google Calendar dictates my life. It's everything that I will ever do. So yeah, that's kind of just how I remain organized and how I get through everything. And at the end of the day, I'm passionate about everything that I do. I don't take something on if it's not something that I can bring my passion into and just really enjoy. And when I'm passionate about something, it's easy to do it. So when it comes down to it, I might have a lot to do, but it's all things that I love. And I'm so excited that I get to do them, that I have this opportunity. So it's just really, it's always a pleasure to be able to do all this work. And as for my team and them joining the team, I know that they're students as well. And so I like to make sure that they get their balance too. So we have that open line of communication. And I'm like, hey guys, it's finals week. Do you want to maybe not work on your content this week? You should probably go take care of your things and stuff like that. So since we are students, that's why we're so slowly growing, just making sure that we tend to ourselves and then tend to this, because we can't help others if we're not helping ourselves. So yeah, again, just appreciative that I get to do this, appreciative for my team. And yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you're taking the time for yourself. The burnout would be so real. You got this great thing going and you just burn out, and it would be very sad if it stopped. But I'm glad you're taking the time to balance everything. And that's going to make it so much better when it just blows up, and it's going to impact so many people just because you're doing it the right way. My next thing is, what are some of the cool opportunities or memories you've made so far through the counselor campaign, through the couple months you've had this going on?
Yeah, honestly, the most exciting day in me doing this was when I was reached out and some of the students reached out and were like, "Hey, I love what you're doing. Can I like help in any way?" That just I tears to my eyes. I was like, "Oh my gosh, you want to help?" It's just anytime that I receive support or like just a comment on a post about what Counselor Campaign is supposed to be, I just the joy in my heart just keeps me going because it's so amazing to know that, obviously I had this vision and I wanted to help, but I don't know everything that everyone needs and what resources I can always bring. So seeing the support that comes and people that want to help and people that just, participate in the content and just support what we do, I think that's always amazing, and it's always exciting because it shows that we are making a difference, or we are working towards making a difference, and what we're doing does matter. And that's what the whole aspect of this is that we want to do something that matters to everyone, not just us and what we need. So that's always amazing, and I think that was just my favorite part, just students reaching out like, "Hey, can I join?" I was like, "Oh my goodness, yes, please." Not only because I would definitely love to grow the resources and everything, but like, thank you for taking time out to join this with me and to create this and just working on something together. That's so exciting.
It's just the validation of being like, wow, they care. They really are paying attention to what you're doing.
Yeah.
I think there was a thing I remember from Global, or I saw it somewhere and it made me think of Global, was that it shouldn't really matter how many people are the quantity of people who come and interact with your thing. It's just the quality of you doing that and that you're impacting them. It's not the number that matters, it's that you've done it and that you've helped. Even if it's 2 people, you've given 2 people something that has impacted them. So I will remember that quote, or I'll look it up and I'll put it in the information with the video at the end. But what are some of the current content and major things y'all are doing right now? I know there's something you have going on of asking people to put in to submit some information. What's that about? Tell me about the current things you guys have.
Yeah, so actually, when I was working with the International Affairs Office, we were just kind of talking through, I'm working with the office and I'm video chatting with people that are in Trinidad, that are all over the world. So I was like, yeah, this is what we want to do. This is what we're centered around and what we're all about. And how can we bring diverse perspectives into this? How can we grow it a little bit further? So one of the main topics that we discussed and decided to implement is just the aspect of sharing your mental health journey and maybe some hurdles that you've had to overcome. Because, when it comes to testimony and sharing your story, of course, everybody has a different journey, even if you are from the same background, the same culture, speak the same language. Everybody has a different journey. But I think the power in a story and in testimony is just so important when it comes to everything in life, and especially mental health. Being able to speak about it, I think, just brings another level of acceptance, openness, communication that we really need. So obviously it's completely anonymous, our submissions, and we just really want to be able to give people a platform where they can maybe lift a weight off their shoulders and just talk about it and talk about it with other people. Maybe you do find that connection with somebody and somebody reads your story and they're like, wow, I'm going through the same thing. Like, it's so inspiring to see that somebody was able to come out of that. So that's really what that aspect is about. Just being able to share your mental health journey, how it started, how it's going, what you've had to overcome to really be able to tend to that aspect of your wellness. And then from there, obviously, we're starting small, but we're hoping to continue growing our resources. So we're really excited about inviting multilingual speakers to come help us translate resources, so we have it available in different languages. That's a really exciting aspect. And we're just looking to grow in so many different ways. But I think at moments we're like, okay, step by step. We're going to do it step by step. But I think those are the 2 main things that we're working on right now that we're really excited about. And as always, just continuing to try to bring as much content that can help as many people as we can. So yeah.
I really like the story idea that you have. Or the submission of people providing their stories. Have you gotten a lot so far? are you kind of just, they're trickling in or anything?
They're definitely trickling in slowly. I mean, kind of talking back to your quote, it's the quality of what you do, not the quantity. We are small. We have maybe 160 followers.
That is still a wonderful number.
Exactly. I was excited. When we got past 5. I was like, wow, it's me, my team, and 2 other people. This is amazing. So yeah, we are slowly growing, but I'm completely aware of the fact and appreciative that anybody that has made a submission, but completely aware that it's difficult to share that, and especially on such a sensitive topic on mental health, even if it is anonymous. Sometimes speaking about your journey and what you're going through can bring a weight off your shoulders, but also it takes a level of, just courage within yourself and just an openness to want to share that, because nobody is obligated to share that. So I'm completely cognizant of the fact that that's not something that everybody is going to want to do. But the people that are doing it, I'm so appreciative, just seeing, we've posted 1 so far, and just seeing feedback on that. I think it's just been so great to see what that can do. But yeah, slowly but surely they're coming in, but I'm just appreciative that we get to do it and that there are some things coming in, and whatever we can do and however many stories we can share and impacts we can have, we will do it. So I think this is a new idea that's going to stick with the campaign from here on going out, so that we can always just have that aspect. Because again, it's all about other people. The campaign is not about us. It's not about the companies that we partner with. It's about you and what you need out of it, and what you need to talk about, and just what you need for your wellness and your journey, because it's your wellness that's on the table, and it's your wellness that you need to tend to. Everybody does. So yeah.
Everybody needs self-care,
Yes.
mental health resources, and a good support system. Those are, I think, the 3 things we all should have.
Exactly.
Okay, so my next questions kind of bring it back a little bit from the current things you're doing, but what is on your website? What is on there, so that we know when we go there, I will be able to find XYZ. What's there so far?
Yeah, thank you. So our website is something that it takes a little longer to grow than our Instagram does, but currently as it stands, if you go on our website, it's a little Wix site. We love that. That you can check out. As of right now, we have crisis calls and text lines listed for, I'm pretty sure we got every country across the world. I could be mistaken. Wow. But I'm pretty sure there's one on there. So there's resources on there for that. Obviously, resources for how to become a crisis counselor, a little bit of background on that so that people understand what that entails. We have different discussion boards. So there's a bunch of different topics listed there, and you can go in and kind of just start a conversation. Like, there's different questions like, what do you do for your mental health? What are your favorite aspects of it? What stigmas have you seen that have affected your life? There's a couple full discussion boards, and they're also open for anybody who wants to put in a discussion board. They can just go and add one in there. There's information about Counselor Campaign, how it got started, what our team does, how you can become involved. There's a box for you to become a member and connect with new members. So I love that. That's so precious. That just makes my heart smile. And yeah, it's just, we're growing our resources. So there's a lot of pages that honestly say more to come. We are working on this. So you might see that a few times, but yeah, it's just a work in progress with everything that we do. But there's also tons of ways that you can contact us on there, email us. If you want to join the team, if you just want to learn more, if you want to tell us, hey, we need this, or if you just have any ideas. So there's a lot of different kind of moving aspects on there that you can play around with and interact with. But yeah, it's really just meant to be an open space for people to come talk, find some resources, find some information, and just connect with other people. So bringing that connection again, and just basically, our Instagram is also linked on there, but it's basically our Instagram, but in a more formalized format.
Wow, I didn't know it was that much stuff. When I was kind of putting this together, coming up with a couple of the questions, I looked at it, but I didn't delve that much into it. So I didn't know I had the forums and all these other resources. I did see, the About Us and everything and some of the other things, but I need to go back. I need to see more. I need to go answer some questions and be part of this discussion and become a member. All these great things. I also need to make sure that other people see it as well, because that is amazing, Kris. It's really great to have.
Thank you.
So kudos to you for that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. You know, we're always growing and looking for any feedback, but I appreciate your support so much. What you're doing is amazing. I love this. I love the idea of this. And I think that, you know, look at us. We're all doing amazing things. We're all achieving. And I love to see it. It's been such a difficult time. And I think it's great to just see how we've all been able to connect. And, you know, despite all being stuck in our little rooms, I haven't moved from here in a while, but I love that we can all connect, and you know, I love seeing people follow their passions. So kudos to you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I really do. I can say this has been, you know, rough time with COVID, and it's been what, a year and a half almost now, but it's been rough, but it has been amazing seeing what people have felt driven to really do something they had been like, oh, I always want to do a travel blog. I always want to go and start a shop and sell whatever. And this was the time to go do it. Or maybe they never wanted to do this before. I didn't really want to do this before, but I just said, okay, I think let me start. And so that's really cool.
Yeah.
My next question is actually about your logo, about your branding. How did you come up with the name? Why these colors? Tell me the story on that.
Oh my goodness, a question I've never been asked before, but very fair. So I think that honestly, we wanted to keep it simple, you know, because we just wanted something that if you saw it, you knew it was us. You knew it was somebody reaching out to help you, a team that was going to support you. So our logo is very, you know, we have different obviously colors, but our main colors are white and red. So I think just keeping with the white and red, because when you think of, whenever you see red, honestly, just looking at it from not a psychology perspective, but when you see red,
tell me a psychology perspective.
You tend to think of, like, you know, hospitals, right? Or like maybe people that are going to come and help you and support you. So I think that that's what we wanted to do. And also we were also kind of taking off a bit from a lot of crisis resources tend to follow that, of having red in there somewhere. Even Crisis Text Line, they are white and red as well, and they were our main partners. So we were kind of like, hey, let's be sister brands and, you know, just kind of bond together. So that's why those are definitely our main colors, and I love them so much. Who doesn't love some red? Always makes you stand out. And then outside of that, Counselor Campaign, I think we were just trying to find something that had a warm feel to it and just sounded inviting. We knew we wanted it to be a campaign so that it can be like an international campaign, something that you can get involved in, something that I think when I hear campaign, I think of something that, you know, is taking stride and something new that is really going to make a difference. So definitely wanted to keep making it a campaign. And, you know, our main part of it was just being there for peer-to-peer support, just being able to connect with each other. And I think that's where counselor came from, because sure, we are crisis counselors. That's one aspect of what we do, but also just when you sit down and chat with a friend, or when you have conversations, everybody always talks about, I love talking to my friends and being able to be there to support them. So you're all being little mini counselors, and I love it. I love to see it. I think we need more of that, being able to talk to each other and just have
what a way to think about it.
Yeah. So, you know, we just kind of brought it together, and we were like, big or small, whatever impact that you're having on your mental health, on other people's mental health, we are all, you know, tending to ourselves and help tending to others. So we're taking that and we're taking it to the next level. We're really going to be there for each other and be interconnected globally, internationally. So that's kind of what brought together Counselor Campaign. And it just kind of, again, we kept it simple, and we just wanted to make sure that if you saw something, our little Counselor Campaign, you knew it was us. So it's a little flag with the C on it, and we love it. And when you see that, you know, it's a supportive group. We're there for you. We're there to help you and just talk to you and be there. So yeah, that's kind of where it came from. And I had honestly not given it much thought up until this point and realized that so much went into it. So it's great to look back on things and see where it started, because we did that last year. And I know it doesn't seem like a long time, but it feels like a long time right now. We came up with that last year, and it was just kind of exciting. I think that was an exciting point too. Just seeing that we made something, we're like, wow, we have this. Wow, we have a website. So it's been exciting all around. But yeah, that's kind of where it started. I appreciate that question.
It was something that was like, I don't know the answer to that question. I didn't see it on the website, and I don't think it's been mentioned before. I'm very curious. So I'm so glad to know. You did a wonderful job with the whole logo, as well as just the name. It just, rolls off the tongue. It sticks with you. It's something that you can just immediately think of. And yeah, great job. My next question is about your partners. How many do you have? How did you get connected to them? So you did mention international affairs, and I think you said a crisis hotline as well. So tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I connected with Crisis Text Line last year as well. And, we had a dialogue, we had a conversation. The team there is absolutely wonderful, just such a supportive group of individuals from every aspect of life. And so they're amazing. So I got started with them as a crisis counselor in the beginning of this year. And from there, they're always really open to, just connecting with new people and finding new avenues of engagement. So they were looking to kind of just span out, broaden their scope, and really invite more people to learn about what Crisis Text Line is, what you can do as a crisis counselor, what our training looks like. And so they were our first partner just because I thought that was such an important aspect of, if you are able to do it, because obviously in this time, not everyone is able to extend, or go further than what they're doing now. And that's completely fine. You don't need to have a quarantine baby. Maybe you just needed a dog, you need something, which are also quarantine babies. But yeah, I think it was just such an important aspect to me. If you feel that your mental health is at a state where you can extend that helping hand, while also obviously tending to your self-care. So that's why we kind of partnered with them. So we're just kind of partnering with them and kind of increasing the word on what you can do and what you can be involved with there. It's great. They're also changing their platform to involve a Spanish speaking hotline. So that's really exciting. So now, English, Spanish, hoping to span out and find different crisis text lines across the world in different languages, but we'd love to see that growing and globalizing. So that's really exciting. And then when it comes to NSU's International Affairs Office, obviously, the director of our program, Raises Edge Global, Sarah Brandt, she is just the most wonderful person in the world. And she really loved what we were doing with a counselor campaign. And so she just reached out to us and said, hey, I know that you're trying to grow. How can I help? And we were like, wow, well, I know that I was personally reaching out to every school that I could think of across the world. I was calling phone numbers, sending emails, but we are also in the middle of a pandemic. Everybody was having difficulties. So most of the time when I got the phone, somebody picked up the phone, they were like, hey, we're busy right now. Can you call back? We'll redirect you. We'll send you a follow-up email. So understandable, but we wanted to span out. So definitely Sarah just was able to help us so much in that. And being paired with the school itself is really helping us reach out. And so just kind of trying to reach out to NSU's partner schools and make a connection with them so that we can partner with them. So that's kind of where we lie right now in terms of our partners, but obviously we're looking to grow. We connect with different people on Instagram. There's a few different therapists that we love their content. We share their content, a few different outlets, just, from the Trevor Project to Crisis Text Line to NAMI, all these different wonderful people that we really love to make sure that their content is shared. So yeah, there's a few different moving parts to what we do and who we're trying to support and make their information more well known. But that's another huge thing. We like to make sure that we make our own content from things that we're passionate about and topics we're passionate about. But when other organizations share something that, is just super important, we like to make sure that we go ahead and raise up that content as well. So yeah, that was a long-winded answer, but
a good long-winded answer, a necessary one. It gave me all that I wanted to know. So it was great. It was great. Great job. Now I'm almost out of questions. So this is about my almost final one. What are you most excited for in the future with the Counselor Campaign? What is the vision?
So, a wonderful question. And I think the vision is always growing, and I'm excited about that. We are just always looking for new, diverse perspectives, new people that just want to help us or just want us to help them so that we can really make sure that we're reaching everybody and providing content and resources for as many people as we can. And I think that's what I'm most excited about, is that we're always evolving. We're always going to be growing and tending to whatever needs need to be met at whatever time, because obviously our world is changing. As we can see, it can change in a second. So the fact that we're just staying flexible and continuing to evolve with whatever may come and whatever people decide that they need to have access to, that's what I'm excited about. I'm just excited to continue seeing that grow, to hopefully continue being able to reach people and, as much as we can during the times that we're in now, during times we continue to face. And that's what I'm really excited about, just being able to connect with people on different levels and continue growing our vision into everyone's vision, because that's what we really want. And yeah, that's basically it. We're trying to keep it moving all the time.
A campaign for the people, by the people.
Indeed. So we love it. We love to see it. And it's great to just be able to interact with people at the level that they're at. Because again, if you decided during quarantine, it was your year, your 2 years, however long, to just take a step back and get some good rest, read a book, do what you need, good on you.
You've done it.
Exactly. If you decided that you wanted to go and start your own company during this past year, good on you. Whatever level you're at, that is where we want to reach people. So I think that that's just so exciting that we have the platform, that we're growing the platform to be able to do that. And it's exciting to see what you're doing, what so many people are doing, having these conversations. I love to see that everybody's just becoming so much more open to conversations, at least, not obviously not all across the world, but slowly and steady, we're having more conversations that need to be had. And there's definitely so many more conversations that need to be had. And it's great to see that you're doing that. You're really increasing awareness and all that you can on that end. So I love it. I love to see everybody being successful during this time in whatever way that is. So yeah.
Thank you. Yes, success is just, it's what you make it.
Yep.
It is what you make it. So we're almost done. What is anything else you want to say to anybody who's going to watch this video? Anything else you want to make sure that we know about the Counselor Campaign or about Kris Rodriguez? What do you want to tell the people?
I just want to say thank you. Thank you for anybody that watches this and supports Shantae and Counselor Campaign, bringing a folding chair, all of these wonderful things. Thank you for taking the time, and thank you for tending to your mental health and what you need. And thank you for just being open to listening and bringing your folding chair with us virtually, having a seat down. I just want to say thank you. Counselor Campaign is for you and will be there for you, as is bringing a folding chair. We will all be here for you. So that is really just thank you for being here and being part of it. And as much as I love the work that I do, it is my work that I love, that I want to keep on promoting. As for me, it's okay. You can just, I'm not as important. The work, though, that's important. So thank you. Thank you for, reaching out to us and just everything that you do. And I will stop now before I talk.
I do slightly have to disagree. You are very important. Every time I see just even LinkedIn, even any text from you, you're always doing something. You're always making a change. And I'm very proud that I know you. So thank you, Kris, and the Counselor Campaign for being my special guest today and bringing your chair to the table, bringing your folding chair. This was a wonderful conversation. I feel like I've learned so much about the Counselor Campaign that I maybe wouldn't have known as just, looking on the website or looking at the Instagram. So it's great to hear it straight from the source. So thank you so much. And
thank you.
As usual to the viewers, I'm going to be putting any links to any major thing as Kris has discussed, any organizations she's talked about, some any of the things that she just put all this information to. I'll be putting it in our YouTube and Instagram description for the video. And BAFC Bring a Folding Chair has a lot more content planned for the future. Right now, we're getting a couple more videos out recorded and together. So don't forget to follow us on Instagram at bring_a_folding_chair. Such a long name. And on YouTube at Bring a Folding Chair. So if anybody has any suggestions of any more topics or any guests that you think would be great for this channel, just go to our suggestion box in the link in our bio. So thank you for watching, and peace.